Hey, this is Vern with Tax Core again. And so today I want to talk to you about the resolution options that are available to you from the Internal Revenue Service when you have a tax liability. So the first one I want to talk to you is about installment agreements. So there are lots of different installment agreements, whether you have an individual tax liability because you're an individual person and you're filing a 1040, or you're a business. The installment agreements are based on how much money you owe. So you have streamlined installment agreements or guaranteed installment agreement based on how much you owe, whether it's $10, $25, or $50,000. If you are a business, then you have in-business trust fund installment agreements that are also geared as to how much money you owe. And then they're also based on how much time the IRS is going to allow you to pay off your tax liability, 24 months, 60 months, so on and so forth. So depending on how much money you owe and how much time you want to pay off, or you're allowed to pay off your tax liability, you're going to have to turn in certain amounts of financial information. They may ask you for Form 433, A or B, or F. The A is for individuals, where you will fill out a financial form talking about your individual financial strength, bank accounts, living expenses, your wages that you and your spouse earns. A 433B is for businesses, your income, your expenses, your profit and loss statements. 433F is a really small one that just gives a basic, this is my name, this is where I bank, this is how much money I make every month, these are my expenses in total, not detailing out each and every individual item. So based on your set of circumstances, we would recommend and put you into the correct installment agreement option that's best for you. The second option, which if you qualify for this one is not really well known, is the currently non-collectible, CNC. Currently non-collectible means that I can't pay anything. And what we do is we look at your income and your expenses, and it's a little bit more complex. It's based on the county of the state that you lived in. Every county in the United States has an allowable living expense, meaning the IRS has done a study on the housing and the utility amount that's geared for that particular county. So if you live in downtown Manhattan, New York, the amount of money they're going to allow you to have for housing there or in Los Angeles is going to be a whole lot higher than it's going to be, say, here in Huntsville, Alabama, where I live. So you may have an allowable living expense there for housing of $4,000 a month, whereas in Huntsville, Alabama, for a family of three, it might be $1,400 a month. You're also going to get, by region of the country, an allowable living expense for your automobile and for maintenance and gas and things like that. And then there are other categories for food, clothing, and miscellaneous, and out-of-pocket medical expenses, things of that nature. So you have all those things that are counted against your living expenses. So when your income is below the allowable living expenses, you are considered non-collectible. You don't make enough money to make a minimum monthly payment, and so you won't have a payment. If you are $1 below that or $100 below it, you have zero payment. But if you are $10, $1 above it, or $5,000 above it, that is what your payment is. If you're $5,000 above, if your take-home pay is $5,000 above the allowable living expense, your monthly payment to the IRS is going to be $5,000. But that's where an expert like me comes in, because I can find ways of getting that extra $5,000 lower, because a lot of people have expenses that you have to have for living that the IRS does not necessarily consider a requirement. Say, for instance, tithing to your church. The IRS does not consider that a standard that you have to have, but it can be allowable. There are some things that some people have that they just cannot quickly get rid of. Say, for instance, you have a boat, you are a fisherman and you have a boat. You can't just give that boat back tomorrow without having serious financial repercussions. There are ways for me to get you to be able to keep that boat for a certain amount of time so that you can get out of that debt, or credit card debt, or other expenses, so that you can get out of it in a structured way so that it doesn't damage your credit report, your credit any further, and then allow you to make payments or to keep it in there altogether. So give us a call, we can work on those things. The third program is the offer and compromise. We have a video on our website about the offer and compromise. Take a look at it. So if you need help in this area, please pick up the telephone and give us a call. We're located in the Central Time Zone, and our telephone number is 256-429-9229. That's 256-429-9229. Our website address is www.taxcorpllc.com, and our website is info, that's info, at taxcorpllc.com. And please be sure to like, share, thumb up, whatever it is on the social media platform that you're watching. Please give us an affirmative on this video if you think it was informative, and please share it with your friends because you never know who it might help. Have a great day.